Altar is not only meant for those who are spiritually called. It is not only those who are spiritually called that are meant to have an altar or set an altar at home. Anybody can have an altar, so long as you can maintain that altar to remain active, to remain spiritually active and positively active. You can set an altar, you can have an altar at home, because the most important thing is not having an altar, but maintaining that altar. You know that maybe you don't know that if you set an altar and you don't take care of that altar, the altar will begin to attract unwanted spirits, unwanted energies without you knowing it. And it is either na habit or maybe where you get in in at home, or you guys you know trying in you will not see results. Yes, anything the way good require the other side of it. Do you get? So it's not all about setting an altar or having an altar. It's all about being able to protect that altar, to take care of that altar, to maintain that altar. And it is not a must that you will have every single spiritual items on your altar. You can just set an altar with few spiritual items, the most important ones. All of them are important, but there are few that you can just place on your altar and you are good to go. Okay? It is very, very important that you have an altar at home. Be you a spiritualist, be you someone who is just practicing spirituality. And if you are the type that want to have an altar, but because of your environment, because of the kind of people you are staying with, you are not able to set an altar, there are still ways you can do that, because I believe that you still have a space in that house. Do you know that with only water, you can make an altar? You can set an altar with just water. Everybody knows about holy water now. Yes. So if they ask you, you can just tell them that this is holy water. Period. There's no need to start long talk. Why you keep doing your thing? So you don't need to give an excuse. Altars are very, very important. Very important, because they will help you grow spiritually. As someone who practices spirituality, one of the ways you can set a simple altar is by getting a space in your home. That space is very, very important, because altar you need ka mmadụ na-aganye ya. O need ka aka na-aganye more and around it all the time. Yes. Here every time somebody affair, somebody agani affair near anya church na you know, something like that. It is a sacred a sacred thing, and should be a sacred place. It should be in a sacred place. When you are creating a space for your altar, try to create a space where others cannot have access to easily, where anyone cannot have access to easily. Do you know that you can even create an altar in your wardrobe? Yes, you can create an altar in your wardrobe, if that is where you have a space. If that is the only place you have a space where others cannot easily have access to, at the back of the door of your room, you can create an altar, and it must not be so big. You must not create your altar with a table. You must not create your altar to be too big. Just create something small. You alone know what it is. You alone know how much I mean, you alone know how to take care of it so that it will be very, very effective for you, no matter how small it looks. Do you understand? So first, you're going to find a space, no matter how little. Just find a space. Now, the most important things you can place on that altar is sand and water. Yes, I said so. Sand and water. Through that sand and through that water, you can be connecting with all the entities that you want to connect with. You can get a sand from your father's house, that is your paternal home. You can get from your mother's house, but especially your father's house. Get a sand from there. Very, very important. Then you can get water. Any natural water, be it rainwater, be it river water. You can go to any river, maybe the river in your village, in your paternal place or in your maternal place, or if you're in the city, you can go to any nearby river. You can even go to the beach. Just get a natural water. You place it on that your altar with the sand. Now you now get you're going to place this water. You will pour the water. You're going to pour the water inside an earthen pot, either an earthen pot, or you get a glass bowl or a white bowl. That's where you're going to pour the water. Then as for the sand, you will get an earthen pot for the sand. Yes, you must get an earthen pot for the sand. Then you place it on that your little space. Just place the two there. Do you get? Now, when you place the two, you can get what do we call it? Small calabash. Small calabash. That is where you will keep your nzu, your edo, your osoji, and oji itself. Then just get a bottle of manyoko and a bottle of Fanta, and keep close to the sand and to the water. Remember, you'll be connecting to all your ancestors through that sand, both your paternal and maternal ancestors. Then you'll be connecting to all the natural elements, every other entities, your Otu, whether Otu Mmiri, Otu Yowa, through that water. That is where you'll be connecting with them. And remember that there is no spirit that you cannot call through water. Through mmiri. So that is the reason why that sand and that water are very, very important. Those other things are the things you will be using to connect with them. Yes. You will put from that calabash. That is how you will be offering to them every day. From time to time, while doing those things, you can light up your candle and your incense, and from time to time you cleanse that your space. Yes, it is very important. From time to time, you can use the dried ogilisi or any other cleansing herbs. You light it up so that the smoke can help to clear the air, the air space. That's the air space on your altar. This is very, very, very important, so that you will continue to keep that altar activated. You will continue to send unwanted energies out of your altar space. This is for those who wish to have an altar, but they don't know how to. And just like I told you, to be clearing the space, the air space on your altar, you remember that you should be activating your altar from time to time, so that they will keep being spiritually and positively active. Okay, so having an altar is not a big something, and it is not a must that and altar is not only meant for spiritualists. So long as you practice spirituality, you can set an altar. I am going to stop here. Bye. Try to have an altar.